This is my last night in Morocco. Guys, it is almost midnight. I am currently at the border between Morocco and Mauritania. I am in a small city called Gargarat. I made it today around 7 p.m. So as I will be leaving tomorrow, I would like to share with you guys a little bit of my experience in the country of Morocco and how I felt. I was here for a month. I've been traveling from the north, Tanger, because I was coming from Spain. So from Tarifa, I took the boat to Tanger, and from Tanger, I made my way all the way to Gargarat in 1 month. So I first came in Morocco back in 2017, almost 7 years ago. And I remember at that time I didn't feel the most welcome, the most comfortable. I went from Tanger all the way to Rabat, and from Rabat to Casablanca. And I remember that the atmosphere was very tense. As a black traveler traveling in Morocco, people were acting funny. So I remember when I was in Casablanca, that was 7 years ago, I wanted to get some food, in a shop. And a young man came in front of me and did that. So I wasn't allowed to enter in the shop. That was because I am black. And also, when I was in Casablanca, I saw a group of young people with stone in their hand, ready to throw stone at me. And that was pretty intense, it was my first time back in the days in Morocco, and all of the situation was a bit intense, So I decided from Casablanca to take a car all the way down to Senegal. But as a traveler, I've been doing that. I've been traveling around the world for the past 10 years. And I enjoy traveling by foot and hitchhiking. I just want to experience the country in a different perspective, because I believe that if you travel like everybody does, you will have the same vision. And especially when people come here in Morocco, they are traveling. I am also a tourist, but people travel in a way. Maybe from Tanger, they will go to Casablanca. From Casablanca to Marrakesh, what is that? Some touristic destination. And I think that Morocco is a very developed country, you know, like there's a lot of infrastructure and people are also well educated, you know. So I think people know how to receive a foreigner. And for me, I like to go outside of the tracks, you know, like, so when everybody goes that way, I like to take a different way. And experiencing Morocco the way I did gave me also a different perspective that I already saw when I first came here back in 2017. I'm not perfect as well, you know. I am a human being, so we all make mistakes. But because I've been doing what I'm doing for such a long time, I try to be as much respectful as I can. Anyway, to come back to the point, Morocco has been very intense, but you know, let's switch my mood because I think like I had a lot of difficult experience, but I think I'm going to start with like the positive. So I met some people willing to help me, willing to listen to me, and I'm very appreciate for all of those people. I remember like when I hitchhiked a ride from Casablanca to Marrakesh, I met Hassan, and he invited me to stay at his nephew place. So that was like definitely very nice and very hospitable. I also met Jalal in the north when I was on my way to Tétouan. We had such a great time. We even had dinner together and we went around like Martil and different places around like Tétouan. Hitchhiking, like what I'm doing, hitchhiking was very difficult because I think a lot of migrants, even though I don't like to use this term, but a lot of migrants from the west part of Africa are trying to make it to Europe, and myself as a black man hitchhiking a ride, people thought also I was an immigrant. But you know, sometimes I had like few situations where I was like explaining to the police officer that I was a YouTuber and you know I was making some videos and I was like traveling around the world. I was also like showing my passport, but you know, like sometimes they didn't care. They didn't care at all. And that was a bit weird to see that even though I was like showing my passport as an evidence that I was like legal in the country and I was okay, like people didn't care, you know. So sometimes people just left me and like ignored me. And also some people, like some really good police officer, helped me to catch a ride and everything. So you know, sometimes it was good and sometimes it was bad. But yeah, I mean, like in general, because people thought that I was an immigrant, so I could see that the treatment was very different, you know. And I heard and I know that Moroccans are very hospitable towards foreigners. But first of all, as a black man experiencing the country, and I had like a few arguments where people told me that there is nothing to do with the color. But when people are not in the situation, you don't know. People don't know. They have no idea. I am the one who have been experiencing Morocco from Tanger all the way down to Guerguerat by foot and hitchhiking. So when I feel that sometimes people behave in a bad way, how people treat you, how people serve you food or coffee, like all this kind of stuff, and people behave in a very different way compared to other people, it makes you think twice, to be honest. And recently, this morning, I was with my friend from Lithuania, and I could see that, the treatment was very different. How people were treating him and how people were treating me. I try to have some empathy, and also I don't want to see the situation only from my perspective, but I try as well to see from a different angle. Maybe the situation can be very difficult, like with all the migrants and what is going on, But I think, like, for what I've learned, we cannot judge someone. Like, we have to speak to each other. We have to talk to each other, instead of like judging someone without knowing. And guys, I've been to 90 different countries. I know how people behave, and I still have to learn every single day. But yeah, my experience wasn't the best in Morocco. Even when I was in Agadir, I remember that the security didn't want to let me in the marina. Me, I like to see deep down what is going on. And I just realized for the second time that as a black man, there is unfortunately a lot of discrimination against black people. Even when I was in Tanger, guys, I have the video. I was filming, and when the lady saw me passing by, she was like, she make a face, guys, like I was smelling. And that was my first day in Tanger. I was fresh, just coming out from the boat from Spain to Morocco. But guys, I am going to share with you this footage. You will see. Overall, if you are a white man or a white girl, people are going to treat you like a king, But when you are a black man traveling in Morocco, it's such a different story, I am not the only one who have experienced some bad situation. I also know a couple of my friends who had some situation here in Morocco. I am not sure, I don't think so, I will come back here, to be honest. I think for me, Morocco will be a place to avoid, like maybe in the future, if I am producing a bigger documentary, I will for sure come back, but only for something specific. I won't come back just to enjoy, I think for me it's a place I want to avoid, like. So, well, that was my experience in Morocco, just sharing my thought. And yes, it's not my first time here, it's like my second time, guys, And I went all the way from Tanger to Guerguerat. I give a thanks God, because I'm not alone, guys, it was like a tough trip. I've been working a lot. Sometimes people left me, on the side of the road, no showing kindness or humanity. So it was a bit tough. But anyway, I made it. This is where I am going to sleep tonight. And tomorrow I will be on my way to Mauritania. So I am looking forward, and hopefully Mauritania will be more easygoing, more friendly. I first went there back in 2017 as well. And yeah, I am going to experience more about the country. But yeah, no hate, only love, and I think freedom of speech. So I just share with you my experience, guys. Morocco is such a beautiful country. You have, guys, a beautiful and an amazing culture, you know, and the country is really developed. So thumbs up, you know. I just shared my experience as a black man traveling some part of Morocco, and that was it, you know. But nothing, no hate, no bad feeling, you know. It's like just I am sharing my experience. But anyway, love, just one love. Thank you so much for all the people I met on my way and the hospitality. And tomorrow I am looking really forward to take you into a new journey. So stay tuned, guys, and peace. Ciao.